Welcome back to Sunday Night Spookies, the podcast dedicated to exploring the mysterious and the spooky unknown. My name is Lex.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is episode 9, the Doherty Hotel.
Yeah, quite an interesting investigation.
Yes, very interesting. This episode is going to be, it's going to lack structure.
Yeah. Normally for our investigation episodes, we have a list of, evidence we found and what to say about them, and we're very organized when it comes to investigation episodes. However,
there will be more on that later. So we're gonna dive in. This was our first investigation with our camera guy Dylan.
Yes, well, he did our house with us the last time.
Right.
This was the first road trip investigation.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
Me too. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of fun. We've known Dylan for years. Years now. But it was the first time we've ever overnighted.
Yeah. I mean, we've hung out, we've had barbecues and pool parties and stuff and hung out outside of work all the time.
Yeah.
But it was the first trip we've taken.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really go on trips very often.
No, yeah.
Well, now we do because of the podcast. So before we didn't really go on trips.
The place we went, the Doherty Hotel, is about 2 hours north of where we live. And so we had to do something during that 2 hours. So we listened to 2000s hits of all genres. Karaoke. We had some Carrie Underwood in there. Baby Bash. Just a lot of 2000s hits.
Yeah.
Did a lot of karaoke. Dylan was singing backup.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We had some Sammys packed for the road.
Yeah.
Some M&Ms.
We had a lot of snacks.
Why do we always bring M&Ms? Have you noticed that? On every single road trip, M&Ms.
Yeah, peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, always.
We brought a duffel bag of snacks, and we touched barely any of them.
Yeah.
We ate the crunchy sour gummy worms.
Yeah, the trolley crunchy sour gummy worms, the candy-coated gummy worms. They're great.
We ate all of those.
Oh, no, I think we still have a bag in there.
Okay. I'm let's go get
Wait,
them.
pause.
Let's go get them right now. So, the Doherty Hotel has a great history behind it, but we're going to tell you the first impressions first.
Yeah.
Let's just start there. I expected it's in Clare, Michigan. I expected not much.
Yeah. I have spent a lot of time in Clare growing up because there's a lot of lakes around there. And so my family, redneck as you can get. So we did a lot of things around in Clare. Hicksville.
I expected
Small town USA.
I expected it to be dirty.
Yeah.
But it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, well, I almost expected not Hotel Cognac level dirty, because that was on a whole other level.
It was not Hotel Cognac dirty.
No. But I expected rundown motel type situation.
Yeah, but when you, first, the setup is kind of weird. The lobby is not in the same place as the front desk.
No, the front desk is on the main drag of town. If you've ever been to a small town, there's, Main Street. And the front desk is off the Main Street entrance. But the full lobby with the staircase and the chandelier and the sitting area.
It's next to the parking lot on a side road.
On the back side of it.
Right. But in the lobby, there's a huge chandelier.
We got pictures of it. It's really pretty.
Yeah, we'll post some pictures of it. Huge chandelier, leather couches.
Yeah,
big,
nice leather
open,
seating.
Very open, tall ceilings. Very pretty. The first floor had an event space, maybe for weddings or something. And a history hallway. Which was really cool. Really cool. We have great pictures of that. Thank you, Dylan.
Yes, Dylan was awesome. Especially with his, we didn't take a lot of video, and we'll tell you why later. But his photography skills are awesome. We're so excited. Yeah. We're so excited for more investigations.
Yeah, it'll be good. The hotel, okay, the rooms are a little bit outdated, I would say, but not dirty.
No. I want to say that the lobby of it was historical. There was green, very lush emerald green carpet, very dark shiny woodwork. It was beautiful. And then the rooms, the hallways were a pale pink wallpaper.
Salmon colored walls.
Yeah, the rooms were kind of old.
Paper thin walls.
Mid 70s.
Yep.
Early 80s was the last renovation.
Yep.
So it was fun.
It was an experience. We saw maybe 3 staff members the entire time that we were there. Maybe 3. Because I kind of feel like that one chick, I saw her more than any other time. Mm-hmm. There was a wedding party in the building. And boy, did they let us know that they were there.
Yeah. And they happened to just... I don't know if it was like... I don't think it was the bride and groom.
No.
But part of the wedding party had the room right across from us. Mm-hmm. And it was like...
It was very late.
Like
it was 2.
2 a.m. Mm-hmm. And they left a cooler of alcohol out in the hallway, left their door wide open. They're running around barefoot. And we were watching through the peepholes because we're nosy.
I'm the worst.
It was so entertaining, though.
I, shuffled to the door and was, looking through the peephole. One of the girls, was severely intoxicated. And she leaned against our door while I was looking through the peephole. And she said, "Oh, my gaydar is going off." Right outside the door. I don't know why. But she said that right outside the door, and I was just like, I almost opened the door so she would fall, but I'm not that mean, so I didn't. But they were loud. I guess they were eating pizza in the lobby, laying on the floor.
Yeah, they were in the leather couches. Some of them were in the leather couches. They had Little Caesars. There's Little Caesars right next door. That's what we had for dinner. Yeah. But they had pizza box after pizza box, sprawl on the floor, chilling. Mm-hmm. None of them had masks on.
We were the only 3 people, excluding the front desk clerk because she has to. Mm-hmm. But we were the only 3 people in the entire building. The entire building wearing masks.
And the entire time, too.
Yeah. And because, we weren't wearing them in the room because, I know her germs have been, I know where Dylan's germs have been, whatever.
Right.
But in the hallways, we always brought our masks.
Oh, yeah.
And no one else.
Because you're supposed to.
It's fine. There's just signs everywhere that say to wear a mask.
But to be fair, none of the employees are enforcing it either.
Yeah, so. Whatever. But people were looking at us like we were crazy. I'm like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with the cesspool.
No.
Thank you.
No. There was a pool there, too. Speaking of cesspools, there was an actual pool there.
There was a pool, and it was full. All the entire time. There was a sign that said there was the max capacity was 10. No. It was always higher than that. The only time that it wasn't higher than that was in the morning. I woke up and I wanted to put my feet in the hot tub, so I did that. And I went by myself, and I was the only one in there for approximately 5 minutes. And then a couple came in, and then people came into the seating area inside the pool to eat. They were eating breakfast in there, and I'm like, it's humid. Why?
Yeah, well, the hotel... It was weird because there was, down our hallway, there was a pool entrance. And you'd walk in and there was a tile little halfway where there's vending machines and an ice machine. And then they open the door to the pool. But on the other side of the pool, which is kind of like a gate, and then there was more rooms.
Yeah, there was room access to the pool and tables and I just didn't understand.
I don't know. When there was plastic tables and chairs you'd find at Michigan Adventure Water Park. Mm-hmm. In a carpeted area right outside hotel rooms. Mm-hmm. It was weird. It was strange.
Yeah, a weird setup. Not sure why they did that.
No. It was a nice hotel. It wasn't dirty.
No, it wasn't dirty. Slightly outdated. The carpet was cold, but I think that's because we were on the first floor. So there was some... That's a thing I remember. The carpet was cold. I remember my feet being cold.
Are my socks wet or is the floor cold?
Yeah,
and so, it was cold. Me and Dylan are like, let's just take our shoes off. Is the floor wet?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Before we investigated, we set everything up. Mm-hmm. And it laid everything out. Took 85 years to get the security camera to set up.
And it always does.
Every time.
Every location.
It's the Wi-Fi. It's the wonky Wi-Fi everywhere. When I had it connected to my hotspot, it worked. But then if I left the room, it would disconnect. But it's fine. We figured it out. Mm-hmm. Whatever. We got pizza before we did the investigation. Went to Little Caesars. We went to the gas station. I don't remember her name, but I still hate her. Lady at the gas station, and I'm aware that you need to have your ID when you want to buy alcohol. I'm aware, and I accept the law, and I'm not a jerk. I wasn't a jerk to her. Mm-mm. But we were trying to find a wine cooler or something to just relax, take the edge off before we investigate. And me and Sarah had our IDs. Dylan forgot his in the hotel room.
Yeah, he's
older than us. he looks not 21. He looks older than 21.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dylan. And the lady, and I don't know if it's because we were taking a long time because we're indecisive, but she was just like, all three of you must have your IDs, even if you're not paying for it. Which, that's only happened to me in a handful of times where we've all had to show our ID. That hasn't happened to me every time.
And when you and I go to buy alcohol, all the times that we've gone and buy alcohol together.
Yeah.
They only ask us for one.
Right. And so to me, I felt like she thought she was trying to catch us in something, but it was fine. We were
We walked
polite.
back to the hotel.
I think she expected us to just not come back. I think she thought that we were, because we had our masks on, I think she expected us to not come back because we were underage.
Yeah.
Or to not bring him back or something.
She said it like we were underage. She's like, you guys know I can't sell you that if all three of you don't have an ID.
It's very condescending. Like she's talking to children is what it...
Yeah. And I've been able to drink for like 5 years.
Right. She wasn't able... Okay. Right. I mean, Dylan's 29. He's...
Yeah. Sorry, Dylan.
He's, pushing 30, so he's able to drink, but... I don't think she thought we were going to come back with our IDs.
No, and then when we did come back, she was very, thank you so much for your...
Sweetheart.
Yeah, sweetie, do you need anything? Like, she was just very...
I'm aware we need our IDs, but Dylan wasn't paying.
No, we were.
We were paying, so that was an experience in itself. But we did go back and get all three IDs, and we did have to show all three IDs. Mm-hmm. But it's fine. So we had a great time. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a breadstick massacre that happened. Crazy bread massacre. Dylan dropped a piece of crazy bread on the carpet. And
mind you, this event happened hours earlier.
Yeah.
The dropping of the breadstick happened a few hours earlier than the event.
Than the photo shoot that came with it. So, I don't even remember why we started doing it. You were gone.
Well, my friend Rob came to visit because he doesn't live that far away, and I don't get to see him very often. Mm-hmm. So he came to just kind of like drink and have fun and be along for the ride, basically. And I went to go find him because there's no parking, so I had to go find him at some weird back entrance. And I walk in the door, and these two have never met him before. So we walk in the door, and I'm like, this is my friend Rob. I was like going to introduce him, and... You're on your knees with a camera, and Dylan's behind you, like, looking over with a flashlight. And it was the crazy breadstick. They were taking... And we'd folded the, like, info cards and put numbers on them.
Little, like, crime scene markers or whatever. Yeah. And we grabbed this is so gross. We grabbed the breadstick. It was just, like, on top of the trash. It wasn't, like... in the trash.
Yeah.
And we put it back where it fell it had already fallen there, so it wasn't like we were making it gross, and we put the little like tent cards up or whatever for like a crime scene investigation, and we took crime scene pics. I'll post some.
We're gonna make a spread for you.
A little spread of our crazy bread massacre. It was very sad. The pictures are pretty good though.
Yeah, they are. I have to admit, they're pretty good.
So that was the first impression that we gave. What else is new, honestly? So you have... I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so.
Not really. Not until we get to the investigation part.
Yeah. So you have the history, right?
Yeah. And we chose this hotel because it has a pretty colorful history. Mm-hmm. And I think this is one of our... Or it was going to be one of our Halloween live stream options. Yep. And we had looked at it for an option, and we didn't end up choosing it because we were going to go do it later. So I'm just going to read an article, and it's from the gangsterreport.com website, and it's by Scott Bernstein. It was published in 2015, but I'm going to read it because it goes into really good detail of the history of the hotel. So I'm just going to read the article and give this guy credit where credit's due, because it's really good. Okay, so here we go. The mid-Michigan oil boom of the early 20th century brought with it a Purple Gang-related murder in the spring of 1938. The all-Jewish Purple Gang, and we talked about this in our Valentine's Day episode, ruled the bootlegging rackets in Detroit during Prohibition, dabbling in extortion, gambling, loan sharking, kidnapping, narcotics, and they recorded a body count exceeding 500 in less than a decade, on top of the Motor City underworld.
So... very felonious.
Oh, so felonious. I love that word. It's my favorite. Purple Gang associate Jack or Tex as he was known, Livingston, shot and killed his cousin, business partner in the local oil industry and fellow Purple Gang associate, Isaiah Leibov, on May 16th, 1938, inside Doherty Hotel. And it was really cool. I'm going to take a break from reading this. They had all of the original newspaper clippings in frames up in the hallway.
Really for everything that had anything to do with the hotel.
Right. Like the Doherty Hotel was, for a really long time, the hub of Clare. It seemed like, from all of the events that happened at the location.
Yeah.
Tex shot his cousin over a dispute regarding real estate and the worry that Leibov, an attorney from New York who was closely aligned with the mega Jewish mobsters, had put a contract on his life. Purple Gang enforcer Sam, or Fatty, as he was known, Bernstein.
Sam.
All right. He was present at the table in the Doherty Hotel restaurant where Leibov, 42, and his wife, a showgirl from Canada, scandalous, were eating when Livingston gunned down his lawyer and kin in cold blood. Because the Doherty Hotel, the Leprechaun Tavern is there now, but it was a little, like, cafe. The hotel, which opened in 1924 and is located in the center of town, remains in operation today. The city of Clare celebrates its mob heritage with many downtown shops displaying Purple Gang mementos, photos, and themed merchandise.
That's like the only thing going for Claire.
Yeah.
I feel like.
We have gang affiliations.
We're cool.
Yeah, I think that's a little
Come visit us.
strange, to say the least. That it does. It celebrates the gang history.
Well, if that's like your only history for the entire town, like the only exciting history, you're gonna exploit it, I feel like.
Yeah, especially Claire. The Doherty Hotel offers guests full reenactments of the notorious gangland slang that occurred on its premises 77 years ago.
Okay.
Which I didn't know that. I didn't know
me either.
that they did a reenactment of the Leibov shooting.
Is that bad taste a little bit?
Maybe.
Well,
I get historical reenactments for very large, historically moving events, right?
like
That's
Civil
cool.
War reenactments.
Right. I
fine.
would love to go to a Civil War reenactment or any kind of history reenactment. I love history. I love it. But a random angry shooting?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
In
know.
the place where it happened? Or is it?
No, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Which, it's still there. Like, you can, like, part of the restaurant is still there because it's the Leprechaun Tavern. Livingston, a native of Houston, Texas, and a seasoned oil man, lived at the hotel and was acquitted by a jury at trial via a plea of temporary insanity, which you can't really get temporary insanity pleas anymore. It's so hard
you
to
could
do.
not get it. That would never fly now.
No, never.
No. Because he meant to do it.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, you're going to double cross me. I'm going to kill you
Yeah.
before you can kill me or whatever.
Yeah. So, he was completely acquitted.
That happened in the Valentine's Day episode, too. Like, somebody killed...
Yeah.
Was it Capone killed somebody or somebody else killed somebody before they could kill him or something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
And I think back then, the paying off of political figures or judicial figures was...
More probable than it would be today. You can't bribe political figures.
Because to be fair, I don't think he would get acquitted without some bribing and dirty dealings going on under the table.
No way.
He and Leibov co-owned the Mammoth Oil Company with the Purple Gang lieutenant Sam, or Uncle Sammy as he was called, the unofficial godfather of Clare. That's Uncle Sammy. A town 160 miles north of Detroit and roughly 10 miles south of Mount Pleasant, the epicenter of the oil industry in Michigan. I didn't know that. I grew up, like, right outside of Mount Pleasant, so that's kind of cool. Mammoth Oil Company was the largest independent oil company east of the Mississippi River in the 1930s. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Uncle Sammy was childhood buddies with the four Bernstein brothers, Abe, Ray, Joe, and Izzy, who founded and led the Purple Gang and acted as their liaison to Lansky and the New York mob scene. After Leibov was killed and Livingston was ruled insane, Garfield, or Uncle Sammy, assumed complete control of Mammoth Oil. He had already owned Garfield Oil and Gas, eventually merged into Mammoth in the forthcoming years. Dapper Joe Bernstein, owner of the high-end Detroit men's clothier? What's that?
Clothier?
I don't know. He was a treasurer. Store? That's what I'm assuming. I've never heard of a clothier. Anyway, Dapper Joe was the treasurer.
A Dapper Joe?
Dapper Joe.
Was that like a Dapper was his nickname?
Yeah, Dapper Joe Bernstein.
I was like, is that his first name? That's
no, his name was Joe Bernstein, but they called him Dapper Joe.
Got it.
Leibov and Livingston were feuding over 45 acres of vacant property that Leibov owned, and he refused to sell it to the company so that they could drill oil there. Mm-hmm. As the conflict escalated, Livingston became convinced that Leibov was using his relationship with Lansky to arrange a murder contract on his head, which is why he killed him. Finding himself in trouble with the law on the East Coast, Leibov fled New York and landed in Clare in the years prior to his untimely demise. Joe Bernstein and Uncle Sammy also bought leafy mansions side to side in Mount Pleasant, home to Central Michigan University. Livingston spent time in Northern Michigan Institute and died of a drug overdose in 1948 at 55 years old, living in New Jersey. Sucks to suck, buddy.
He didn't live that much longer.
Well, he was insane and apparently a druggie.
Yeah. So the Doherty has a very colorful history. Mm-hmm. And there's so much more. It was like a building before it was the Doherty.
There was a fire there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That burnt down.
Yep. There was, many things have happened, and we'll post a lot of pictures of the history wall so you guys can get like a better idea. Mm-hmm. A little bit, like the newspaper clippings were really cool.
Yeah, those are really cool.
So now we're going to dive into the supposed hauntings of the Doherty. Helen Doherty is said to hang out there, and she's the matriarch of the Doherty family and of the hotel. She was known to sit in the lobby, and anytime somebody would come in, she would say, "What's the weather?" Mm-hmm.
And that was like on the wall in the history hallway. That was like
I think that was their obituaries up on the wall, it looked like.
Yeah, maybe.
Or like a makeshift obituary up on the wall. And that was like listed on the obituary. Yeah. Like, this is a thing that she was known to do. Like, if you walked into the Doherty, you were expected to see her.
Yep, and she was expected to ask, "What's the weather?"
Yep. Guests, visitors, investigators, employees, and the owners have all had some kind of experience at the hotel. Some report smelling Helen's perfume, wafting through the hallways occasionally, loud knocking, bedroom doors opening and closing by themselves, dark apparitions, and shadowy figures have been spotted anywhere from the lobby to the top floor. Also, the spirits of other murder victims roam the halls, lobbies, and rooms. Some can be seen, others prefer to just make noise. Mm-hmm. So we read that and we were like, hell yeah.
Well, there was like gang activity and there was like a murder like a confirmed murder in the hotel, which is something we always, not that we try to look for murders.
Right.
But if there's claims of murders on the property, we always try to get them confirmed.
Because there's traumatic energy there.
Right.
And it can make for a great investigation.
90% of the time, it's not actually confirmed. Like, there's not actual murders there. Yep. But since this one had confirmed traumatic experiences.
Yep. And popular during Prohibition and all of the things that come with it. We were very hopeful. We were very excited.
Very hopeful, yeah.
We're like, hell yeah, let's go see some shadowy figures. Let's smell some perfume.
Let's talk to some gang members.
Yeah, like this could be interesting. Well, we started our investigation well after dark. Couldn't tell you what time it was.
9:30, 10?
9:30, 10. It was late. The drunk wedding party hadn't come back yet, so it was quiet.
Yeah, it was very quiet, yeah.
We started out using the spirit box. We love the spirit box. We also brought the dowsing rods that we bought. And unfortunately, we got nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Not a peep on the spirit box, the necrophonic app. No words were put together.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No
the dowsing
pictures.
rods didn't move.
No. And we have practice with those here.
Yep. My apartment here.
Yep. Both locations that we have found evidence, and they move. They do what they're supposed to, and then we go to somewhere that's supposed to be haunted, and they don't do anything.
Yeah.
It's completely still. So, kind of proof that they work. A little bit. Grain of salt.
I'm not going to say the Doherty's not haunted, right?
Yeah.
We walked around with the spirit box. I always put it with headphones on because it's loud. And we're trying to be respectful of other people, but I had headphones in the whole time, and we're asking questions, and we're like kind of just being quiet to see if we can hear something, and there was not a blip.
Not even interference noise.
Not even there was nothing the whole time, and we tried, walked around the whole place. So
and we went through like our list of things, like we used the spirit box, we used the necrophonic app, we used the dowsing rods, we tried to use the flashlight, we tried EVP, like record recall, we tried the Connect.
Yep.
To be fair, there was like something that popped up on the Connect for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and we could always put that clip up.
Yeah.
Let you make the decision for yourself. I think it was just me and Dylan in the room at that point, but we'll post it. Let you see what you think about it. I am not sure. If it was something, it is the only bit of evidence that we got the entire time.
Yeah, and we tried every single floor. We even looked up hot spots that people are like, yep, this spot, this corner is known to have more activity. Yep.
It was kind of a bust, honestly. I mean, it was a fun trip. I had a lot of fun.
It ended up just being like a fun friends trip. Look, we put in a solid like hour and a half to 2 hours of desperately trying to get something.
And nothing.
So it ended up just being Dylan being the entertainment.
Usually. I mean, we had a lot of fun, and I'm not going to say it's not haunted because there's got to be... just given its history, there has to be some...
Well, and the fact that this is one of those hotels that's on all the lists. Like, when you type in haunted hotels in Michigan, this one is always on there. Always.
Yep.
And so we were very hopeful about it. And, like, this has happened a couple times. But unlike Hotel Kanya, which is the one that's sticking out of my head where nothing happened and it had to have all this history, none of Hotel Kanya's history was confirmed.
That's true.
This one had confirmed murder. This one had confirmed gang activity around it. This was like the hub of Clare. This was in the center of Clare. This has so many stories and history, and people lived here. Like, so I'm not going to say it's not haunted.
Right.
Like, you're not. I would love to go back and try again on a different floor, maybe.
Stay in a different room. Maybe there's just, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
We tried, and it sucks that we don't have anything to share.
Yeah.
Because I would love to. But here we are.
Yeah.
So if you have any suggestions of somewhere we should go, maybe in season 3.
Yeah, we have the rest of the season planned. But season 3, I think we're going to try to head to the UP. So if you have any suggestions for what to check out in the UP, please let us know.
Yeah, we're excited about it. Yeah, so let us know on any of our social media sites. We are on Instagram at Sunday Night Spookies, on Twitter at Sunday Spookies, on Facebook at the Sunday Night Spookies podcast, on TikTok at Sunday Night Spookies, and on YouTube at Sunday Night Spookies.
We also have some links in the description box. We have a Buzzsprout affiliate link. That's a great website. That's what we use to host our podcast, all of our podcasting needs, from monetization, views, uploading episodes, everything. It's such a convenient website to use. We also have an affiliate link for Instacart. I hate the public, and I hate going in the public, especially in a pandemic.
No offense.
So no offense. Sorry. I don't like big crowds. So grocery shopping has always been not a fun task for me to do. Now I can get my groceries delivered, which is great, and I do. So if you want to use our Instacart link, you'll get free delivery on your first order of $30 or more. Both of these are affiliate links. We do get a small kickback if you use them, but both of these services are available without using our link. You can just Google them if you'd like to. We also have a support the show link. We are two broke college girls who love to adventure, ironically. So if there's a specific place, like we were talking about, that you want us to go visit and you want to throw a little money our way to help us get there, every cent goes right back into the podcast, whether it be equipment or hosting fees or paying for hotels or whatever, to give you guys better and more content. So every cent is appreciated so much. Also, if you'd like to rate and like and comment and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, especially rating us on Apple Podcasts or iTunes helps us so much. That they have a weird algorithm. So the more you rate, the more people will be able to find us. Just a little weird, but that's how it works. So rating always helps.
Yep. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Sunday Night Spookies.
Join us next week for our episode about cursed movie sets and cursed video games.
New episodes are released every Sunday evening. Thanks so much for listening, and as always,
Stay spooky.